All right, guys, so right now we are in our closet and it backs up to our master shower. And what this contraption here is a digital shower valve from Kohler. And if you're looking to take your shower to the next level and just make it out of this world, this thing is a must-have. Just imagine walking into your bathroom, hitting one button on your phone, and your shower is already at the perfect temperature every single time, ready to start your day. And this is only one of the things that this valve does. It literally thinks for you. Its Wi-Fi capabilities with the Kohler Connect app allows you to turn your shower on by saying, Google or Alexa, start my morning shower. It will keep your personal temperature settings rock steady, even if someone flushes the toilet or runs the sink somewhere else. And you can even mess with your loved ones by changing the water temperature very discreetly while they're showering. Not that that's something I would do. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to install the thermostatic valve and the digital control so you can bring this type of smart convenience to your daily routine. Let's get started and welcome to the Komar project. Okay, so this is what our bathroom used to look like before we did any work. It has a beautiful 1980s floral design and it even has a jacuzzi. That's right, a jacuzzi that didn't work and a few issues with the electrical as well. It didn't work a while ago. So we got to work on getting everything gutted in preparation for the new floor plan. And it does help to have a friend who's built like a silverback gorilla to handle all the heavy lifting. And that is one of my army buddies, Vinny, who came over to smash a few things and even threw my bathtub down the stairs. And we did have a lot of fun doing this, but we just needed to get everything out of the house so that we can start framing. A few months went by and now we have a brand new master bedroom and a bathroom with a pretty big shower so we can start installing the Kohler Anthem Digital Valve that we got from Studio 41. Now there are a few versions of this valve that you can pick from based on the number of shower heads that you're planning to install. We got the one with 6 outlet ports because we're going to be installing a main shower head, 2 body sprays, a rain head, which requires 2 ports, and a handheld. But you can also get one that has 2 ports or 3 ports. Or if you're going big, you can even stack 2 of these 6-port ones and it's going to give you 12 shower heads. Okay, so the very first thing we need to do is pick a location for this valve, somewhere where you can have easy access to it. And for me, that's going to be in the closet. Now to mount it, we need to cut a piece of plywood that is going to fit in the stud bay. So I ran down into the shop and ripped a piece of 3/4 inch plywood that is 14.5 inches by 24 inches. Then, using 3-inch screws, I can secure it flush with the inside of the shower, giving me enough space on the closet side to mount the valve. With that installed, I can prep the valve for installation. First thing I want to do is remove all the retention pins that are holding the brass push-fit connectors and remove all of them from the valve. And the reason why I'm doing that is because we got to take the O-rings off for now and the filter cartridges that are located in the hot and cold inlets. We'll put that stuff back on a little bit later in this video, but right now we're going to be soldering and we don't want that heat to melt those O-rings and potentially cause a leak down the road. So it's just better to remove everything right now. Sandpaper. And while I have them out of the valve, I might just quickly scuff them up and get them ready for pipe installation, which I'm really excited about because I get to play with a torch. Next, I can flip that unit over and secure the mounting feet with the provided screws. Now there are 2 feet on the sides that are permanent, but the ones at the top and bottom need to be added. And once that's all done, I can take it over to my plywood backing, position it so that I have plenty of room on the right hand side, just in case I want to run pipe straight up, and then drive 1-inch screws securing the unit in place. With it mounted, now I need to mark the locations for the holes I'm going to be running my pipes through. Kohler recommends a 3/4 inch supply line feeding the valve and a 1/2 inch from the valve to each fixture. So I'm going to be using a 1.25" Forstner bit, and that's going to give me a big enough hole. That way I'm not worried about having all those pipes perfectly in line, and I have plenty of wiggle room to slide longer sections into my wall, making this process easier. Okay. All right, so now that I have my valve all mounted and all of our holes pre-drilled, we can actually start plumbing this thing. And in the area that I live in, we have to use everything in copper. We cannot use PEX anywhere here. But if you are using PEX, which I know most of the world is, lucky you. It's the same exact installation, except it's much easier. I'm gonna have quite a bit of soldering on this, but it's fairly simple. If you can solder one pipe, you can solder 100. To install the copper piping, I'm gonna need a pipe cutter, some solder, flux, and I like to keep a bottle of soap and water on hand to clean my joints and make them look a little bit more professional. First thing I want to do is solder in place those brass connectors we took out of the valve earlier. So I'm going to pre-cut 6 16-inch pieces of pipe. And the $20 handheld pipe cutter I have will definitely do the trick, and it has for years. But with so many cuts that I have to make, I ended up borrowing a cordless pipe cutter from a friend. And that just made things so much easier. After all the pieces are clean, I can start fluxing all the connections. And flux, when heated up, is going to become a liquid, and through a sucking effect will pull all that molten solder into that joint rather than just beating up on the outside. And that is going to seal up that joint forever. Then after it cools off for a minute or so, I can spray some soap and water on it to clean it up, revealing a solder any plumber can be proud of. Oh, that's so nice. Next, I can insert all the connectors with the 16-inch pieces soldered on, but no O-rings yet, into the valve temporarily. I also want to solder any bends close to that connector, outside of the valve, like this 90 here that I'm running straight up. I want to keep as much heat away from the valve for as long as I can, because as you can see, hot smoke will travel through that pipe and into the valve, and that could cause some damage to the electronics or any other components. Next, I can start dry fitting the lines to all the shower fixtures. And man, how I wish I could run PEX in this house. I could probably plumb the entire bathroom in one day that way, but instead it took me almost 3 days of dry fitting, cleaning each fitting, and soldering every connection up to those 16-inch pieces, which we will connect soon, but not just yet. All right, so I have pretty much all of my plumbing ran to the controls. We have our shower head, we have our handheld, and now I'm starting to work on our body sprays. And this is just a trim piece that goes on here so that I can tile around it, we'll remove it, and actually put the body spray over it. But first I need to solder in this drop-eared L and then screw it to my backer piece. Once I have all the shower heads screwed into place and everything is soldered up to that point, I can remove those connectors, slide the supplied O-ring onto the valve inlets, set them back into the valve, making sure they are fully seated, and you can actually feel that O-ring kind of snapping into place, and then we can lock them in place with the retention clips. And with these clips, it's super important to make sure they are completely seated so that there are no leaks or disconnections under pressure. Now I can make the final connection between those connectors and the rest of my piping, sealing the system in. And also, let's not forget about the hot and cold 3/4 inch supply lines. I still need to reinstall the O-ring and also set the filter cartridges before soldering it in permanently. Boom. And we're good. All right, and because we're gonna have a big access panel on the back side to, in case anything ever goes wrong, I wanna be able to access this thing and repair it. And it's always a really good thing to have a shutoff valve here because we're gonna have access to it
So why not be able to cut the water off to this and not the rest of the house? And I totally forgot that I plumbed it straight in, and then I thought about, let's put on some ball valves. I've already done one. We're gonna do the other one right now.
Okay, so with all of my plumbing done, I decided that I'm going to fur out my wall a little bit by throwing up some plywood from the closet side, and that's going to allow me to hang my mirror and possibly some pictures down the road without having to worry about where 2x4s are. So while I do that, let's take a minute to thank the sponsor of this build, Studio 41. When you're tackling a full home renovation like ours, picking out the finishes can get overwhelming. Like tile, cabinets, fixtures, hardware, it's a lot. And that's where Studio 41 came in and totally changed the game for us.
I'm gonna be soaking and...
Studio 41 isn't just a store, it's a full-on design experience.
Wow.
They have everything under one roof, from tile and cabinetry, sinks, tubs, shower systems, even windows and doors that can ship anywhere in the continental U.S. And trust me, we looked at everything. But our saving grace was working with an incredible designer named Travis. And honestly, he was just a lifesaver. He helped us pull together our entire look, from the bathroom tile patterns to kitchen layout and fixture finishes. He was able to help us make those big, stressful decisions easy. He let us see everything side by side, touch it, and I even moved it around to compare it to other things so we can visualize it in our own space. And that's the really hard part, making sure that everything has a purpose and flows. I mean, I can install tile, hang cabinets, but when it comes to what works visually and what doesn't in a space, sometimes I have a problem with it, and that's where Studio 41 comes in with their expertise.
Oh, that's nice.
So if you're planning on remodeling, building new, or just upgrading your bathroom, do yourself a favor and check out Studio 41's showroom and speak with one of their talented sales designers like Travis. Tell them that Bart and Sam sent you, and you'll probably get a hug too. But if you're not the hugging type, that's okay too. You can do everything virtually. All the links and the showroom info are down in the description below. Huge thanks to Studio 41 for helping us design our dream home and putting up with us. Now, let's get back to the shower because I forgot a step.
Let's do it.
Backsplash. Right there. So I actually just remembered that we need to run a cable to the control that's going to be on the wall right here before any of the Durock and the backing and tile gets done. So I don't have that wire, but what I do have is a Smurf tube. It's just a hollow plastic piece that we've been using for all of our low voltage. And I'm just gonna run it inside my wall and stub it out back here for my access panel. That way when I do get the wire, I could just fish it through and we're good to go.
This wire that I'm talking about is the communication wire between the valve and the digital controller, so it's pretty important to have in your wall. And it comes packaged with the controller, not the valve. And since I didn't want all the trim to get broken or lost during the renovation, I opted not to have it delivered with the valve. But either way, it's always a good thing to have some sort of raceway put in your wall just in case that ever needs to be pulled out and you don't have to cut any drywall down the road and make a big mess. And speaking of drywall, we did hire a contractor to handle all that. And that was probably one of the smartest moves I made during this renovation. They were able to install everything in just a few days, and now I can get back to fishing our communication wire through the wall and waterproofing the shower before tile installation.
Forgot what I was doing. Beautiful. This is a thing of beauty. Let's get it. Let's get it.
The digital controller comes with a mounting bracket, and to install it, I first need to drill holes for the wall anchors. And if you ever drilled into thick tile, you know that it takes some time and patience to do it without cracking. So I had to take my time here, but thanks to the magic of editing, I'm not gonna make you sit through all of it. After the anchors are in place, I can apply a generous bead of DAP silicone to the back of the plate and secure it using the provided screws. Next, I can take the communication wire and connect it to the controller wire, and finally mount it onto the bracket by matching up the notches and sliding it to the right. And that great sounding click means that we are ready to power this unit on for the very first time.
Yeah. App Store. Connect is attempting to connect to your shower. Handheld is this. Connect. Step 1 of 6. And let's test it. We got water. Boom. Okay.
And finally, my favorite part of this entire renovation, and that is putting everything together, installing all the Kohler statement fixtures in this very sexy and timeless brushed bronze. So I'm just going to shut up for now and let you guys enjoy this part like I did.
I touched this thing accidentally. Oh man. Soldering head. Woo! Oh, turn that off. What is it gonna be like?
All right, guys, so that's it. The shower is done, but more importantly, all the controls are up and everything is programmed, and we couldn't be happier with the way that it works. Before this, Honey and I would argue about the water temperature because she showers at super hot and I shower at lukewarm, and now we don't have that problem. It makes our morning routine a lot more convenient and much more enjoyable since I'm not a morning person. So if you guys are planning on renovating your shower or just thinking of upgrading it, definitely check out the links in the description below, and there you'll find all the links to all the shower heads and body sprays and everything else that we put into this shower. And also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification. We got a ton of videos coming out, all the tile work that we've done, the kitchen renovation, and everything else in this house, which took about 2 years to complete. So make sure you're following along. Thank you so much for joining me on this experience. I will see you guys next time.
No, that doesn't work.
Too tight.
Not all is bad in here, guys. Not all is bad in this bathroom, right?
I think it's a whopper.
You want to go fishing? We'll take you fishing.
I'll go fishing sometime.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She will outfish you.
That's
Like that.
Yeah.
Oh, next time, there we go.
Is this a race?
Well, I would win.
You look like you've done this before.
Hold on. Hold on. Ready? 1, 2. One more time. 1, 2.
You're holding me.
You're holding back. Sawzall. Where's it at? Oh! That is something right there.
That was pretty gross, dude.
Thank you, it was in my mouth.
That was pretty gross. I looked for a second, I'm like, oh my god! That happened? Did this just happen?
And you know what the funny thing is? That's not the first time that's ever happened.
You know what? I've gotten it before.